What do you got to say about Joe Byron? Bing bong!
Fuck your life.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the In Progress podcast. My name is Jake. Here I am with the one and only, as always, the number one, the best, the biggest guy in the world that would destroy any girl if he just looks at him. What is his name?
Jesus Christ.
That's right.
Because snap of a finger.
Bro, you getting that beard, though. You kind of almost looking like him.
Yeah. I've just gotten...
Oh, wait, what's your name again? I forgot if people don't know.
My name is Logo Jojo.
Oh, what's up? On this episode, if you came from our video we made about the Spider-Man movie, this will be basically going into more depth about the movie and spoiling it. So if you have not watched the new Spider-Man No Way Home movie, stop watching this video. Unless you want to be spoiled, then keep watching.
There's your warning.
There's your warning. That's all you're getting. Here we go. So, holy crap! Dude! Tobey is back,
Tobey
baby!
Maguire
Let's
is back.
go! Sorry, I had to get that off my chest.
The original G, Spider-Man.
Has made an appearance.
Dude, I legit, man, when I was in the movie theater, man, I was just like trying to hold it in. He was like I thought that the first, when we saw the Spider-Man, I thought when he was coming out, I'm like, oh wait, that's Andrew, how he's walking. And then I'm like, wait, his suit.
Toby? That Toby?
And then he jumps off and he comes out of the portal and he takes off his hood and it's Andrew. And I remember Logo over here was like, oh man.
Oh yeah, just to mention too, also Andrew is in this movie too.
Oh yeah, for the second Spider-Man.
But anyway, Tobey.
He came in, dude. I feel like he knew he was cool because you know how when they both came in and they started seeing Tom Holland Spider-Man, you know, like he was like how Andrew was sitting. He was just like kind of casual, but like it's just like, you know, almost kind of dorky, but kind of casual. Yeah. And then Tobey, he was just chilling the whole time. He was just like,
he really had just no emotion.
Uncle
the whole
Ben.
time.
Tobey, like I love, and apparently, see, they made this movie like it fit well because they were just like, how like the Avengers aren't in the other movies, and I thought they were gonna make them in those movies, but how he said like, oh yeah, the Avengers, they're like, what is that, you know? Yeah,
it's really cool. I guess starting from the beginning of this movie, it starts out as it kind of comes off of the last movie of the identity of Spider-Man, who is Tom Holland, Peter Parker. He is exposed, and he's wanting to basically reverse that with Doctor Strange's magic. Of course, he messes it up, and
being a teenager as he is,
he wanted everybody to forget his name, forget that he was Spider-Man, but it would also affect his friends too, where they would forget him, and it messed with the spell, yada yada yada.
Opens the multiverse, which is apparently real now.
Yeah, so he opens the multiverse because the actual words he says, I want people to forget that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. Not me, Peter Parker. All Peter Parkers. So that goes to 3 different Spider-Men. Spider-Mans.
And who happened to be?
Tobey, Andrew, and
Tom.
Yeah.
And I love how, I mean, when obviously, like, when you bring the villains, you got to bring in these Spider-Men, you know?
Yeah.
And I think they did it a good way. And I finally got to see the scene where, you know, the scene where they showed us where the lizard guy head got kicked or something.
Yeah, and everybody's making conspiracy theories off of it.
I mean, we obviously knew. And then when we actually see it, it's like, oh, okay. You know, it was.
Yeah.
But I got to say, like, in the scene when they were all fighting, all 3 Spider-Men were fighting. Yeah. It was kind of hard trying to figure out who was who.
I didn't say that, but I was thinking the same thing. I was like, man, look at Tobey go. No, that's Andrew.
I was trying to think of the other like whose voice, who's that? Oh, that's Tobey. And I think that was good how they did it, where when they came back, they all took their mask off. They're like, we can't do this, you know. They're like, oh, you're Spider 2, you're Spider 3.
Yeah. Of course, Andrew is Spider 3.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, dude, the joke everybody knew.
The reference, yeah.
Because, you know, everybody always says Andrew Spider-Man sucked. And they were even kind of said it in the movie.
They kept
Tobey's
saying
like, hey, you're amazing, okay? Just keep believing yourself. You can do this. You're amazing.
You're a Spider-Man.
You're amazing Spider-Man.
And he kept saying, like, Tom, Spider-Man was like, yeah, I fought an alien. And then, Tom was like, I fought an alien.
In space, and he was purple.
Yeah, then the other Spider-Man was like, oh, I fought an alien too. Yeah, then Andrew was like, I wish I could fighting an alien.
I
It's
fought
like the worst thing I fought was a Russian in a rhino costume.
Yeah, which is kind of really bad. I don't even know how they put that in a movie.
Yeah, I don't.
But
That's an actual character though. That's an actual rhino. But overall, I mean, Andrew Spider-Man may not be the best, but it was really great that he was in it. If he wasn't in it, the movie would not be the same.
yeah, I definitely liked having all of them in there. And there was that one scene when I lost air. I lost legit oxygen. I couldn't breathe for a little bit because I was just like, I definitely didn't expect it when Tobey gets stabbed.
Yeah, I thought he died.
Yeah, I was just like,
But speaking of death,
but he's okay. He's okay.
speaking of death, we did have a death,
Yes.
and it actually got me. It was holding on to my heart really hard, not for me to cry.
Yeah, I heard you on the side when you're just like, oh man.
I was like, man, come on.
I
I actually looked away. I looked at the wall and I was like, man, come on.
Yeah, Aunt May passed away.
So
Tom Holland's Aunt May, and
Green
by the
Goblin.
way, remember I told you my brother spoiled me? That's what he spoiled me on.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the death scene of Aunt May. So that's why it didn't really get me in the movie because I kind of already saw it.
It was so sad because it wasn't like, oh, she's died. And it's like, oh no, she died. And Tom Holland was like, just look at me. Look in that. She's dead. He's like, just look at me. Talk to me. Say something, please.
And
begging.
She goes, and because when you think about it, I mean, that's why Tom Holland, he honestly did really good in this movie. I would say he did good
really
acting.
good.
I mean, he had to. I mean, you got Tobey Maguire, got to step it up a little
But
bit.
I guess one of the things that got me the most, and still we don't know about, is the actual ending. Is everything was he saved the day, yada yada yada, had the help of Doctor Strange. Basically, they reversed it, and the original plan came through. Of now he got Doctor Strange to make it to where no one remembers Peter Parker is Spider-Man, but it goes so far that no one, not a soul, knows who Peter Parker is. So Aunt May is dead. Even Happy does not know who he is.
MJ doesn't, Ned.
So that moves on to the
Doctor
Avengers.
Strange.
The Avengers don't know who he is.
Exactly.
Not a soul. Now he lives alone in a little crappy apartment, just like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man lives in a crappy apartment with no Zendaya. Zendaya does not know who he is, and they've even talked, and she doesn't know who he is.
And
his best friend doesn't know who he is.
I had a feeling too when he was about to go in there, he was gonna like try to make sure like, hey, this is me. Let's like come back, and then he just saw like how she was, and he just he's just like, like basically like he basically kind of said like goodbye.
The last words they said to each other was, she said, "I love you," and then he was gonna say it, and she cut him off and says, "Do not say it. I want you to say it when you see me again."
Yeah.
And he didn't say it.
Who would have known? What would you think? Like if he had said that to her, she would have remembered.
Yeah.
Because love does crazy things.
So now that no one knows who Spider-Man is, and now Spider-Man does not exist.
No, they know Spider-Man. They just don't know he's Peter Parker.
Yeah. Now that he doesn't exist to anybody anymore, he's kind of on his own. Like,
and then they showed Venom.
Venom, yes.
So basically, the next Spider-Man is going to have Venom in it. Probably maybe Morbius with Jared Leto.
Yeah, they've started hinting towards his the new movie coming out with him. Yeah. He may be in it sooner or later.
Spider-Man left the MCU, because he left, it's still, I guess it probably still be with Marvel, but just think, if he's not in the MCU anymore, it's just all Sony.
Yeah. And
so Sony's gonna start using Tom Holland as Spider-Man now and put him in with Venom and all that. And honestly though, Sony's movies aren't that good.
Yeah, they really aren't.
Venom, I'm not a fan of Venom. It sucked.
Yeah, Venom. I wanted Venom to be a lot better.
Yeah, I couldn't even watch the second one.
I never watched the second one.
Yeah,
never did.
But go back to Spider-Man though. What do you think? Do you think this was the best one? Do you still think the originals are the best, or what?
It's hard for me to compare both because this one is all of them mashed together. It's like its own new thing. But I would say that the old Andrew Garfield's movies, I didn't like them. I watched the first one and never watched anymore. The Tom Holland ones, I watched basically all of them. And the Tobey Maguire, I watched it. I watched all of them on repeat whenever I was a kid. So that was my favorite.
Right.
And it was still more favorite than Tom Holland's. But this movie was equal to them old movies.
Yeah, and I think, in my opinion, I feel like I enjoy this more.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if they didn't have Toby, it wouldn't have been the same.
Yeah, if it would have just been Andrew in it, it would have been okay. It would have been something I would have seen, but they did reference Miles Morales.
They did, and somebody said that they were thinking of making an Amazing Spider-Man 3, a Spider-Man 4, and a Miles Morales movie.
Yeah.
Just like on their own, which would be freaking epic.
That would be pretty cool.
And maybe they can give better recognition for Andrew's Spider-Man, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. But I gotta say, I did like how I thought it was so funny. We were watching the film and Zendaya's falling from the sky, and Tom Holland's
I was
trying to
just
catch her.
thinking that.
And Logo's over here. He's like, oh, thank God, it's not Andrew about to catch her.
Yeah, Tom Holland jumped off the building to catch Zendaya and was jumping off, and I was like, oh, thank God Andrew is not jumping for her because she would die. Then Tom got hit mid-jump, and then, of course, Andrew jumps right after saying that.
Like, what?
I was like, well, she's dead.
But then he catches her, and I thought that was good. It gave him some hey, he could some resonance where he can save somebody like that,
He did when he caught her. He sat there and started crying because it reminded him of he didn't catch his.
Yeah, and that's what sucks. I'm like, oh yeah, guess what? You saved an MJ, but too bad she's not yours.
You know what's crazy? They all had the same quote: "With great power comes great responsibility."
Yeah.
And they all asked each other who said that, and they all agreed that Uncle Ben said it. So they all had an Uncle Ben in their life.
Well, Andrew said that, which I don't even remember about if he had an Uncle Ben. Maybe he did. I just can't.
Well, Toby said it.
Yeah, Toby said it. Andrew, they were saying that to Tom.
Yeah.
I like how we're using the real names instead of being like the Spider-Man. I mean, yeah, you got to.
Because it's hard to tell. Even in the movie, they were confusing each other with like Spider-Man 1, 2, 3, or whatever.
Yeah. I gotta say they did good with its action because when all of them started working together, it looked very well done with all three of them.
And I like how, I know that this is confusing, but we remember that Green Goblin and Dr. Octopus,
Doc Ops,
the other villains from Andrew's movie, some of them had died. Like, well, I'll use Green Goblin and Dr. Octopus. They passed away. So why are they in this multiverse? So
and the same universe.
Yeah. So they actually believe that they were alive, and they were told that they had died. So it was a little confusing. It's hard to talk about it and make it not confusing. Watching the movie would probably make it a little bit easier.
Right. I mean, but dude, when you think about it, though, it's like, okay, they're all, if Green Goblin's there and Doc Ops is there, but Green Goblin was dead when Doc Ops was, Doc Octopus. So it's like, how are they there? And now it kind of makes you think like, oh, they're bringing him from not just like that means the Doc Ops and the Green Goblin are from two different universes. Yeah. Which means the Spider-Man is also from a different universe? Or is it like you're bringing the different past?
I think it's different sections of the past. Like, because the actual words that caused them to come to that universe was people who know. Yeah. Not people who are alive that know. But anyway, of course, it starts bringing in all these people who know. We've already talked about that the villains who are from other universes know who Peter Parker is, for all Peter Parkers. So they all are confused. They're coming after Spider-Man, but they don't know who this Spider-Man is. You first see Doc Ock, and he's fighting Tom Holland, but he thinks he's Tobey Maguire. So when he takes off his mask, he's confused.
You're not Peter Parker.
And he was talking about, of course, the power of the sun. Yeah. Like how
in the palm of my hand.
So it's great they brought that in.
And it wasn't just that scene. It was like in other scenes they were just not trying to give off track again, but they're like they brought in more lines from the original movies, which totally just hit the spot. Like whoever wrote this and Kevin Feige and just the producers and the writers, they know how to make it good. And I really respect Marvel for all these where they put their time in it. They actually think to know what they're doing. They don't it's very hard to mess up in this.
Yeah, they did. They brought all the things the audience was looking for.
Yes, and more. And more. When you look at the rating on Rotten Tomatoes or IMDb, I obviously try to take everything as a grain of salt, but just know that rating is deserved.
Yeah, it's very
I agree.
good. Of course, you're gonna have people that's like, oh, yada yada this, yada yada that.
Yeah.
The true fans, they're gonna like it. The
Definitely.
real people.
I'm just still upset that like legit the meme was like RDC. I don't know if you know them, but they were just like they made a video about like all right, this guy said, I'm working for the people. You can't, like, if you got a baby, leave him out on the sidewalk or just go home and take a nap. You can't come inside. And then like, oh, I have this comic book. I want to see if it's for the keeps to the source material. It's like, that's exactly why you're not getting in. Like here, I have a bag right here. Throw all your phones in it.
Yeah.
And, like they were making like, cause like this is that kind of movie. Nobody's gonna talk. And then of course, everything that you don't want to happen in a movie theater happened in the freaking movie theater. I'm like, really? Of all freaking movies?
Yeah.
I mean, like, you got kids. Like, we said it in the other video. I don't want to keep complaining about it. But dang, man. Like, calm down. Let me just enjoy this epic movie.
Yeah.
And I just love, how Toby just... I'm sorry. But he just comes in through the portals like, hey, what's up, guys? But
big thing in this movie was Tom, because it's very sad because he never won. He never got...
Dude, it was his fault.
Yeah, it was his fault.
Trying to be a good guy.
He was trying to be a good guy, and being a good guy got him in a really shitty predicament where has nothing now. He has no one, not a soul in the world who loves him, cares for him, nothing.
He's a dumbass. That's what he is.
Yeah, but he lost everything, and now and you'd think people would be like depressed and stuff like that. He actually is still going to be the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
And I think the reason why is because the two Spider-Man helped him with that.
Yeah, because that's basically their quote is, "That's what we do."
Right.
That's it, literally it. They have no other. That's just what we do.
And I love that, again, the small things that we would be asking, they showed it in the movie theater. How they showed it in the movie, like how Andrew is about, like, the Spider-Man people. Not everybody, of course, but that some people say, oh, he's not as good. Or another scene where Toby got stabbed.
Yeah.
And then at the end, there's, oh, I've been stabbed before. And then they're all hugged and everything.
Yeah.
And somebody would think, like, didn't he get stabbed? Isn't he hurt? And then Andrew's like,
You're in a lot of pain.
and he's like, yep. So it's like, I'm glad they showed, like, they showed that they put the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
They talk about the elephant in the room. So I always appreciate that.
So we've covered almost everything in the movie.
Yeah.
So
again, Doctor Strange though.
Yes.
He was in it, and then he wasn't.
I wish he was in it more.
But then again, I'm kind of glad he wasn't, because it would have caused, like, they wouldn't. That's why I like how they make Spider-Man now, because it's just him.
Yeah.
If they had Doctor Strange in it, he wouldn't be able to do as much.
Yeah.
But then go back to Doctor Strange. And then again, since we're talking about Doctor Strange, they showed basically the whole trailer for the next Doctor Strange movie.
Oh, it's gonna be
After the credits.
This is gonna be a really interesting movie. I don't know what. I mean, of course, I'm excited, but I don't know how to take it.
Evil Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
That's what we
So
get. I mean, because you always think, like, how much can Doctor Strange actually do?
yeah,
And if he's evil, dude, imagine.
that's what they said, is that the greatest weapon in the whole world is Doctor Strange, and it's Doctor Strange versus himself.
But then again, remember, he has no Infinity Stone anymore, so he can't really.
Yeah. He can't really do what he used to do.
But he still do a whole lot.
Yeah, he can do a lot. There was a fight scene between Tom Holland and Doctor Strange, and that was a really good fight scene.
Like it made me remember how good Spider-Man actually can be.
He's smart.
Yeah, because he used geometry with what happened.
Because it creates like it creates like all these weird like reflections that create certain mathematical
the mirror world.
His mirror world creates a lot of mathematical algebraic geometric shapes and stuff. And Tom Holland figured out the formula, and he figured out where to spin his webs to make a perfect trap. So he beat Doctor Strange at his own game.
I thought that was really cool. They did that very well.
Yes.
And I do, not gonna lie, Zendaya in this movie, I was just like, I forget that she's a really good actress.
Yeah, she's very good.
She really, like, I forget, because in her, as her character, she can't really show much emotion.
Yeah.
But then at the end, when she said "I love you" to Tom, and just her okay, it kind of got me in the
Her
feelings,
demeanor,
bro.
it really gets you.
Like how she was and like her emotion stuff. I was just like, I felt that. And it is also nice as well, like how they act to each other. Some of it is actually probably kind of real because you know, they are kind of dating in real life.
Yeah.
Props to you, Tom. Good job, dude. I kind of remember when Zendaya, when she first started on TV on Disney Channel on the Shake It Up show.
I never saw that.
You never saw that?
Mm-mm.
That's when Zendaya was on there, and then the other chick that went all devil and dumb. And she just went off the board, but this Zendaya just kept getting bigger. Zendaya is like honestly one of the Disney Channel stars that didn't mess up.
Go crazy.
Everybody has respect for her for some reason.
Yeah, seems like she has her head on straight. Her and Tom both have their head on pretty straight.
Yeah, they're doing very well. So that's like something I don't want to say strive for, but like I respect.
So we've covered basically the whole movie. We did cover one post-credit scene. A piece of Venom was left behind in that universe, and that piece of Venom does, if it's a part of actual Tom, what's his name again? Tom Holland. Then
or Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy. Sorry, if it is a piece of Tom Hardy, from that point, it knows who Spider-Man is. So there is possibly one thing in the whole universe that does know who Spider-Man and Peter Parker are together.
But then again, why would he start glowing and the other person doesn't glow? Because if he says everybody forgot, that's just their memory. People didn't get teleported.
Right, but or unless he's in the wrong universe.
Why would he be in the wrong universe?
Because all the people that were in the wrong universe started glowing.
Right.
So
then,
how is he in the wrong universe?
Oh shoot! Wait. Okay, so that Venom would have been in the wrong universe because he came over, but he didn't go start fighting Spider-Man.
Right.
But so that means if that little stuff that was left. Okay, so that's what you're saying. So that little black ink or whatever Venom that was left, that's what remembers Spider-Man. Then again, Tom Hardy wouldn't be there, so there'd be no Venom.
What's cool?
I'm just thinking. I'm not sure.
What's cool is that now we have a possibility that there's two Venoms.
True.
Because
I mean, you could say that black goo gets over Tom Holland, just like how it did Tobey Maguire.
That's into the next movie probably. Is that little piece of speck was left? I bet you anything that if somehow finds Tom Holland, or it knows that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. Yeah. So that little symbiote is going, that's my new host. And it finds him, and that's how that happens. But then, since everybody's memories are wiped, he's now the Black Spider-Man, and Venom, that's the next movie of them. Venom comes in and he goes,
hey,
you're me.
That could be it. That could be it.
And then this is what I kind of think is going to happen, is Venom is going to try to leave its host and go on to Tom Holland completely. What is his name? Eddie Brock? Is that his name? He's going to try to leave Eddie Brock and go to Peter Parker.
I mean, again, watch somebody here watching it and actually knows, and they're like these idiots. But then again, it could be something.
I think we're onto some good guesses, though.
I do like though how since we're getting more Spider-Man movies, and since somebody said in the comics how there's an older Spider-Man, and we haven't got him yet. It's all younger, high school, college, and now we're finally going to get because if you're watching this movie, he does not look 17.
He's really looks like older. 23, 24.
Yeah, I think in real life he's like 27, maybe 28.
He is.
He's older than us, I know, but Zendaya is a year younger than us.
Okay.
So he's around that age, or she's our age, I don't know, but so he definitely looks a lot older than 17, and now they might be able to start playing an older Peter Parker.
Yeah.
And which will get in some more grittier stuff because he's like, hey, like, haha, I'm a teenage guy. But now since he had some more depth, not just Iron Man, but Aunt May, who's he's been with since his family is a long.
That was his only family.
So the fact that happened makes him more like, he's still going to be Spider-Man, but yet it's going to be like, he's going to be more serious and stuff. And when things happen, it's going to get real. And we might, since Venom is coming in and maybe Morbius, who knows?
Yeah.
It's going to get more dark and grittier. So we're going to have like not the happy Spider-Man. We're going to, and then that he's in a new suit he's not in the Stark suit anymore. Like, we're actually getting the Spider-Man that everybody was wanting to get, because people are always like, he's always under Iron Man. How is he actually going to be the
now he's on his own.
Iron Man
he has
died.
no Iron Man.
Marvel is a genius. Like, just how we're going to do this? We get rid of Iron Man, and now look at like they're thinking like
they've managed to make a
ahead.
Great loop out of this.
Oh yeah, they it almost feels like they just wrapped up the Spider-Man films.
Yeah, so you have to think with Doctor Strange going into the multiverse. In the multiverse, I mean, in this universe, Iron Man's dead. Yes. But who's to say he's not in the next multiverse?
You see, true, but some people think that we're because of what happened with Thanos, we're in another timeline.
Yeah,
like you're saying, like there's another timeline where Iron Man is alive. Like, we're on the wrong universe.
Yeah, we're on just one universe out of the billions. But if that next movie comes out with Doctor Strange in it, and I see a woman Captain America, adios, 1 star. Fuck that, bing bong,
sexist,
fuck your life. I don't like that.
What about Joe Byron? What do you think about Joe Byron?
We basically covered the whole movie. Short and simple.
Short and simple. We didn't really talk a lot about Electro and Lizard Guy, but
they were from Andrew Garfield's movie, so they weren't.
So it's whatever. But
the Electro was a good character. He was played by Michael J. Fox.
Jamie Foxx.
Who's Michael J. Fox then? What the fuck?
He's the white guy in Back to the Future. The main character in Back to the Future.
Holy shit. I don't know my actors. Okay, excuse me.
You got the fox, right?
He's a fox, yeah.
He's a fox. What does the fox say? 2012, 13? Something. Anyway, good movie. Good movie. It is my favorite Spider-Man movie now. Tom Holland's movies are good.
And they're getting better.
They are definitely getting better. I don't know about now, though.
Yeah.
I mean, how can you top Tobey Maguire here? But I love it, dude. We've been doing podcasts for over 2 years? And we've always talked about, like, Tobey's the best. Tobey's the best. And then now it
finally happened.
Dude, I legit was trying to enjoy the movie. I'm experiencing Tobey again as Spider-Man.
History in the making.
History is in the making right now. Like, Doc Ock is now a good guy.
Yeah.
Green Goblin is now a good guy.
Yeah, all the bad guys have been cured. Now they're normal people.
Exactly. And this is not like the evil Doc Ock. It's like, I don't know. It just brought everything back together. It just felt so nice.
We did miss one part. Tom Holland does lose it, and he tries to kill the Green Goblin.
Oh, yeah. But then Spider-Man saved him.
Tobey,
he was looking at him. He was just like, calm down, bro.
Yeah, Tobey helped him out.
Yeah.
But overall,
they were going through.
Great movie. I don't even know what to rate it. I have no idea what I can't even rate it, because I want to rate it too high and be like one of those people who's like, oh yeah, 10 out of 10.
Because see, we just watched it tonight, so obviously we're like off that high. I guess.
Yeah.
So like right now I could be like, oh, it's a 9 out of 10, and then let's just say a week later I'll be like,
it was 8. A 7 or 8. Yeah.
Hard 7.
I'm probably gonna stick with a hard like 8.59.
What kind of a rating is that? 8.59.
8.5 or 9.
Oh. Yeah, I would say
I'll give it an 8.59.
I would give it an 8. 8. A hard 8.
Hard 8. I have to give it 8.5 or 9.
8.5 maybe. 9 out of 10 at the highest. I don't know, bro. It could be.
I don't really know any movies that have ever gotten.
I don't give anything a 10. It's a 9 out of 10. It's a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
It's a 9 out of 10.
It's honestly, I could say 9, yeah, because I've never watched a movie where I've been this into it.
Infatuated with it?
Yeah, because even like Joker movie, it was great, but I still gave it like an 8.5, 8.
Really?
I didn't give it a 9.
Imagine how the Batman movie is going to be with Robert Pattinson.
I think I'm going to give that one a 5.
Get out of here.
I watched the preview for it, and it's not leading up to what I thought.
Nah, it's going to be good.
It is?
I don't know.
Well,
I'm hoping.
You'll experience it with us.
Yeah. So, thank you guys for watching. And if you watched the Spider-Man movie, hopefully you did since you're watching this.
Yes. Don't let us spoil you. Yeah. Go for yourself.
Yeah. But unless you just don't care, you just like us talk, thanks for listening. I appreciate you guys.
Let's do it again. And for you listeners out there, do it with us. How about we do it together? Ooh. We'll progress together. Keep progressing, people. Have a good night.
Bing bong.
Bing bong. Fuck your life.